Chemistry is the study of matter and its interactions. And the periodic table of the elements discovered so far is an important component, and it's arranged in groups or columns and periods in the rows. Based on the properties of the elements, so for example, to determine their reactivity, electron configurations, and so on. And the periodic table is color-coded in different ways. So here, for example, we have the S, P, D, and F block elements. Now group 1 is known as the alkali metals. And not including hydrogen gas. So these metals react with water to produce a strong base, or an alkali. Now group 2 are the alkaline earth metals. And these exist in the Earth's crust and react with water to produce hydroxides, which are alkaline in nature. And groups 3 to 12 are the transition metals. And from 13 to 16, we have the boron to oxygen groups. So these include the post-transition metals such as aluminium, metalloids such as silicon, and reactive non-metals such as nitrogen. Now group 17 are the halogens, or salt-producing elements. So these react with metals to produce salts. And group 18 is the noble gases. So these are inert, but some have been discovered to be reactive at certain temperatures and pressures. And they're stable, so they typically hold onto their outer shell or valence electrons. And the lanthanides and actinides are known as the rare earth elements or inner transition metals. The elements in the periodic table are the fundamental building blocks of matter, and they don't change their identity in a chemical reaction. And here we have the structure of an atom with the nucleus in the middle, and that contains protons, which are positively charged, and neutrons, which are neutral or carry no charge. So these are also known as nucleons. And orbiting the nucleus are the electrons, which carry a negative charge. So opposite charges attract, while like charges repel each other, but the nuclear strong force holds the nucleus together, which we'll look at later on. So for an element in the periodic table, we have the atomic number, or the number of protons, the symbol, and the average atomic mass. Which is in atomic mass units, and considers all the isotopes that are stable and exist on Earth. So for the lithium atom, there are 2 such isotopes. So these have mass numbers of 6 and 7, and the same number of protons. So therefore subtracting the number of protons from the mass number gives you the number of neutrons. So isotopes have a different number of neutrons with the same number of protons. So this atom here is a lithium-6 isotope. And suppose we ionize an electron, then the lithium carries a positive charge, because you have 2 negatively charged electrons and 3 positively charged protons.